In August of last year, I entered my first game jam. I have never made a game under time restrictions, so I knew I needed to do it at least once, and I thought it could be fun. I did end up finishing and submitting a game called Small World, and it was bad. Like really bad. The idea was to mash tower defense and crafting together. But in the end, it just wasn't fun. Instead, it was tedious. Also, because I couldn't come up with any fun or unique mechanics, I thought it would be a great idea to rely on the story and make my game an RPG tower defense, if that's a thing. This only caused my scope to be way too big. But thanks to all the feedback, I was able to learn weaknesses that I would never have known. For example, I did a bad job at getting the instructions across to the player. I would never have known this unless I shared it with others. Now, present day 2021. I am revisiting this project because I still like the idea. And I love tower defense. Especially Bloons Tower Defense. My goal is to remake it into my first commercial game ever. And hopefully, sell it on Steam. Alright, let's go. The first thing I did was remake the old characters. I have zero artistic skills, so this is always the hardest part for me. Now on to the girl. The final products. Not perfect, but will do for now. Any feedback is always welcomed. Now I'm remaking the end from the first game as it was very important. The end was where you would craft your resources. I'm thinking on making the end have the same amount of importance, so it should also be redone. Here are the final products. I didn't really like the way that the end came out, so I kept redoing it, but it still didn't look right. So, for now, I will stop here. Any feedback would help. Now a dirt tile, and extra structures. I redid the dirt tile as it had too much detail, and didn't go with the characters. Okay, now that I did some art, I have a good feel for my game. It's time to make a Trello. Before I make a new one, I look over the old one for any forgotten ideas. Now it's time for my favorite part. I hopped into Godot and added in some of the sprites. Then straight from the Godot documents, I copy and pasted the 8-way movement. Why fix something when it's not broke? Now I add and fix the player camera. Now we have a moving character. I don't know why I'm so proud and I've barely done anything yet. Now I start on the enemy. For now, it's just a square. The first thing I had to do was get the enemy to move from the beginning of the map to the end. Just like in tower defense games. I first tried a raycast but that didn't work.
Why? 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 Why?
And after hours of errors, I was able to hack together a solution. I ended up using the move toward function. This will make the enemy move towards every block I place from an array. Here it is in action. I then added a few more states. Now on to making a tower to attack the enemy. I first made art for the tower. I call it the scrap shooter. Highly influenced by the tack shooter from Bloons Tower Defense. I coded a simple state machine for the tower and then made it follow the player's mouse. Next, we have to be able to place the tower down. My goal is that the towers won't snap to a tile to be placed. Instead, you can place the tower anywhere, as long as it's not colliding with anything. Just like in one of my favorite childhood games called Zombie TD. And once again Bloons TD. They all allow for you to place your towers anywhere. I think this really allows the player to get creative. And, the last thing we will do for this devlog is adding bullets for the tower. And yes, now we have working bullets. They aren't the best, but it should work for now. And with that, I want to thank you all for watching my first devlog. I hope to see you all in the next one, as I continue my progress on the game.